Hello there, this is Icy Tooney here with another TF2 gameplay video. In this video I'm going to be playing as a Pyro here on CP Egypt defense. I do believe this is the second stage as well. My setup is going to be with the degreaser, the flaregun, and the homewrecker. I do not believe I have showed any homewrecker footage at all on my channel, so I will probably be talking about that melee weapon a bit in this video. But yeah, just playing some Pyro here. On defense, Pyro is always a fun class to play. You know the enemy is usually going to take on a lot of power classes, and especially when you have that air blasting ability with either the regular flamethrower or the degreaser, it makes it a lot of fun going around trying to air blast people. And Pyro is a really great class for defense. I do think, actually no, I think it might be on the offensive side of things. Valve put like 3 classes as offense, 3 as defense, and 3 as support. But the Pyro really is a great defensive class, especially if you know what you're doing. So like I said, this video, I'm not going to be taking up the homewrecker actually for a bit. I'm not going to use it till the very end, and there is a reason for that. The homewrecker is actually a pretty cool melee weapon, one that not only does it do double damage against any building. That ability is fairly useful, but the one thing about it that makes it really the most useful, especially on defense, is its ability to remove enemy sappers. So if enemy spy does sap one of your sentry guns or dispensers or something like that, you do have the ability to counter it and actually destroy the sapper, and you don't need an engineer for that. All you need is a homewrecker Pyro, which is pretty cool. I do have to say I don't use the homewrecker too often. It's more of a situational weapon for me. On defense is usually when you want to use it if you are going to use it. The Pyro does have a lot of other great weapons on the melee side. The power jack is a good weapon. The extinguisher is probably one of the best melee weapons in the entire game, when you take into account its critting when someone is on fire. And that combined with the extinguisher just makes any melee weapon really that you use with the Pyro very effective, and also any secondary weapons. So there, as I do die, this is actually going to be a very long second defense. I think there's 9 minutes here. I didn't skip ahead, I just decided to skip the respawn time because this video is kind of reaching that 11-minute mark where it gets that's when the file size gets really large. Because I do record with fraps, most of these videos when I do record start as like maybe 10 gigabytes of size, so that is a very large video. But when I do render it and all that stuff, then it turns out to be about 1.5 gigabytes. But considering my upload speed is very tiny, I don't like uploading very long videos because that's when I usually have my problems. But anyways, so that's why I'm going to be kind of shortening it up a little bit. But right now, playing pretty defensively. We do have a nice little health station here, which is very helpful. But a lot of people as Pyro make the mistake is assuming that you're only a good close range class. And while the Pyro is very good at close range, it's not good to just go WM1ing into the enemy's territory, because that's where the Pyro is really also very weak. Any smart player usually knows how to counter a Pyro who's running straight at them, and it's kind of hard as a Pyro to do anything at mid-range that way. But if you kind of stay back, shoot your flare gun at people and just annoy people by air blasting anything that they fire at you, and just flaming them when they get close to you, then you'll be very effective. But it's really important to choose your spots when you want to be aggressive. Like right there's no point in me trying to attack a heavy with a medic on him. There's just no way I'm going to win. So I'm just going to stay in some tight corridors where I do feel safe. It's kind of like a heavy in a way there, where you want to stay in some tighter areas. Although you do have the ability to move around, you're pretty fast with the Pyro, which is always nice. Right now I see a heavy, or a few classes there around the corner, shooting some rockets, so I do take advantage of that, and I'm able to kill a few people with a nice little air blast there. And now that I do have a medic Ubering me, that's when it's time for me to move out into the enemy's territory. You see me flaming a lot of people, doing a lot of damage here, trying to protect my medic, although I think he did overextend a little bit over there. But that's when you want to wait. You want to wait for Ubers to pushes, and just when people are all alone around corners, that's when you want to push up and use your air blasting as well. So in this video, I don't have a medic pocketing me at all, but the medic does decide to Uber me. I think he saw that I was a pretty decent player, and I do get a lot of Ubers, which is great, especially on this map where there are very few choke points. There's really only 2 choke points, maybe 3 if you count that little one-way area. And Pyros can be really devastating if you uber them, because the enemy doesn't really have too many places to retreat from. If I just go through those corridors and I'm able to flame them down, I'm going to get a lot of kills that way. And then when I'm hurt, I can always go back to that little healing station, which is really awesome. I actually liked how all those engineers built there in the same area, so whenever I'm hurt I can just take like one step over there and not really have to worry about doing anything, or not have to worry about waiting for a medic to heal me, or running back to the respawn to get healed. And here I'm actually in a bad position. I think the heavy there had a defensive buff banner boost, so once again there's no point in me going out there. That's another thing that I really want to show you guys for new people playing as the Pyro. You don't want to put yourself in positions where you don't want to be. I know I've